channel. Today I'll be making meatloaf balls stuffed with mashed potatoes. Okay, we're gonna start with some lean ground beef. This is about a pound or a little bit over a pound of ground beef. I'm gonna put about 2 teaspoons of seasoning salt. You can use regular salt if you want. Let's do 1/2 tablespoon of pepper. My baby's going to be eating this. About 1 tablespoon of garlic. Minced garlic. 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. You can use the panko breadcrumbs. I usually use that so I don't have any more of it. So I'll be using just plain breadcrumbs. 1/4 cup of parsley. You can use fresh parsley if you want. I'm using dry parsley. This is a weeknight dinner, so I'm not really doing a lot. It's supposed to be made quick. I'm going to use a teaspoon of, I don't know what this sauce is called, y'all. I use this a lot, but I don't know the name of it. Or I know the name of it, I just don't know how to pronounce it. Where's the camera? This sauce right here. 1 teaspoon of that. I'm going to put 1 egg, just 1 egg. A 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. You can use Parmesan cheese, whatever cheese you like. And a 1/2 cup of milk. And I'm going to mix all of this all up. Okay, so now I'm going to use my hands because I want it well incorporated. I squeeze it in there. That's what I do. And you can use onion too if you want. I'm not using onion today. This meal. I feel some pieces that's clumped together and I don't like that. I want it to be like this. So now I have my cooked potatoes. I'm just going to mash down. It's about a pound of potatoes cooked. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. This is salted butter, real butter. And I want to mash that in while the potatoes are hot, so the butter can melt. I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I don't want to put too much salt. maybe a quarter teaspoon of pepper. I didn't put all that. And mix it or mash it in some more. And I'm going to add the cheese, a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Again, you can use whatever cheese that you want to use. This is the cheese that I chose to use. Honestly, this is the cheese that I had in my refrigerator, so it really doesn't matter. I'm going to use a half a cup of sour cream and a half a cup of cream cheese. Mix it up again. Mix it up some more. While it's hot, so everything could melt in there. And all I'm doing is just mashing everything in. The cheese does not have to melt because we're going to put it in the oven and it will melt in the oven. Okay, so now I'm going to add my milk, which is like a half a cup of milk. I'm going to mix that up. Use my spoon now. I can mix it up better. So depending on how you want your mashed potatoes, obviously I want mine a little bit on the creamy side. If you want it thicker, then you obviously put less milk. Okay, and my kids do not like theirs chunky, so I'm going to mash as much as I can so it's nice and smooth. So now we're going to make the glaze to go on top of the meatloaf cups. And I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, a 1/3 cup of ketchup, and 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. Simple ingredient, and I'm going to mix it all together. And this is my glaze to go on top of my meatloaf cups. So I have my muffin tin, whatever this is called. I'm using this disposable one because it's Friday. I'm not doing all the fancy dishes and stuff. I'm straight from work trying to make a meal. We're gonna start stuffing them. I'm using a ice cream scooper to stuff, and it helps with the sizing and all of that. And I'm making 12 of these. I'm gonna pat them down first. So I had to move, guys, to my stove area because I have so much stuff on my countertops and it's dark. You guys couldn't really see the food. So I'm at my stove where it's better lighting. I'm going to just create the barrier. You want to put as much as you can out because you want to, you're going to have to fill it. So, and then you're going to have to cover it up. So put as much as you can out without breaking the bottom. Of course, you're going to have the bottom. Yeah. As much as you can out. Now you're going to fill it. What? They're filled, so now I'm just going to cover them like that. Cover it up. Good, like nothing is even in there. You got to make sure you make the hole or the well deep enough and big enough so that you could do this and cover it. Otherwise, it's going to be a disaster. I don't want that. Okay, now this is ground beef, so it's definitely going to be oily. So I'm going to put a little cookie sheet underneath it and cook it in the oven for about 45 minutes after I put the glaze on top. I'm supposed to brush it on there, but I have to get a brush. I don't know where my brush is. So this is what I'm doing instead. So we're going to put this in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. This is what they look like, completed and done. Guys, all of them exploded. I put so much mashed potatoes in them that they all exploded. But it's okay, it still looks good. It's still yummy. I topped it off with some corn, some sweet corn, and the remaining of the mashed potatoes that I put in the oven for a little bit so that the cheese could melt